Hey, welcome to my YouTube. I'm just kidding. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, so you guys are here today because you guys are interested in becoming a flight attendant, and let me tell you, that makes two of us. So I'm going to speak about this specific interview experience I had with this specific airline. I already made a video speaking about the process of the interview with a different airline. So this one is a little different, and I want to share this experience with you as well as my first one. So for this specific airline, it was the same process in the beginning, which was submitting your application, your cover letter, and your resume. Send that out to them. Then you go on with your life for a few days, crossing your fingers, hoping they email you back. I didn't cross my fingers, but they still emailed me back. They emailed me back saying, "We would like to have a video interview with you." And I was like, whoa, it's happening. It's really, really happening. I was happy. And then I realized it wasn't like a face-to-face video chat interview. It was more like they give you a link. Within that link, it sends you to their portal, and in that portal you make your profile. Okay, and once you make a profile there on their website, this website takes you to a series of questions. Okay, so keep in mind that this is part of the interview, and it's super important that when you're recording your answers, when you're doing this part of the video interview, you're in an area where it's nice and quiet. You don't want to have grandma washing dishes or your dog barking at the people outside, right? So you want to be in a very, very quiet environment. If you have roommates, tell your roommates, "Hey guys, I need you to cooperate with me here, okay? I want to get up out of this. I don't want to be sharing this room with you guys all my life, unless you're a flight attendant, because you're going to end up in a crash pad sharing a room with like 6 people or more." Okay, so it's crazy. It's crazy, I tell you. Okay. Be in a very quiet room. Have good lighting. Have good audio. When you're speaking, speak with your chest, little ass. Anyways, I get overexcited. I'm getting too excited. Okay, so interview process, video interview. They're gonna hit you guys with a few questions. So what happens is you open up the question, it's timed, right? You read it, it's timed, and then boom, when the time runs out, the little you gotta get ready to film. Now when you film your answer, once you film, you can't redo it. You can't redo it. So read the question, soak it in, and then as soon as you answer the question, just feel confident about it. Okay, no pressure, just a little bit. Okay, and then the next question pops up, and it'll be questions like, "Why do you feel you're a good fit to be a flight attendant?" Okay, read it, gives you a few seconds, then you hit record, and then it starts recording you, and then you tell them why you feel like you would be a great flight attendant, right? And then boom, submit. So it takes you to a process. I believe it's a total of 5 questions that they ask you. And in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, the first time I hit record, I was nervous, because how often do you do this for a company, right? Not very often. So you gotta kind of calibrate yourself and get into that vibe. So by the time I did the second, third, fourth, fifth video, I felt super comfortable. I was like, let's do this, right? And I felt more confident as well too. And then I hit submit, and then all of your responses go out to the recruiters. And then once again, you're thinking, man, I hope they like my responses. I hope they liked my presentation, how I was dressed. I remember that day I was wearing a white shirt. This is in white. It has stripes in it. I was wearing a white button up like this. I had my little tie, and I was wearing a vest as well. So I already looked like a flight attendant. So make sure you guys are dressed for the part. Please do that. Do yourself a favor and dress professionally, even though you're not right in front of a recruiter, because at the end of the day, when they see the video, they're gonna look at it, and keep in mind that they receive hundreds and hundreds of videos, so they're looking for the very best. Okay, fast forward, a few days pass by, about a week, almost 2 weeks actually passed by. After the first week, I'm thinking like, guys, for some reason my phone just turned off earlier during my recording. So I was talking about, it took them about 2 weeks to send me an email. In that email, it said, "Congratulations, we would like you to continue this interviewing process. We would like to interview you in person. When I got that email, I thought I was a superstar. I thought I made it. I thought all my dreams came true. I thought I reached all my accomplishments, and I was a major success. Really, because if you are shooting for something that you're really captivated towards, or something that you feel like you're really passionate, or something that you feel is going to be a life changer for you, and you see the process unfold in front of you, you're seeing results and positive outcomes, let me tell you, it's like it's super fulfilling, you know. But when I received that email, I was like, yes, you know. So after I received that email, I got another email saying, okay, these are the days we're going to be flying out people to our headquarters to interview. So then they tell you what day would be better for you. So you pick the date, and then once you confirm the date, you send the email to them, and then they receive it, and they tell you that they send you another email, say, okay, we've confirmed it, we received it, this is going to be your interview date. Because keep in mind that they have lots of groups that are interviewing, and they have different slots. So I picked the slot that worked out best for me, and so I'm excited now, right? And finally the day comes, right? 2 days before the interview day, they send you your ticket, because they fly you out there. The only thing that you pay for is the hotel. I paid about almost $70 for my hotel room. Hey, you know, sometimes you gotta invest in yourself. So I get to the interview. I get to the hotel first. It was difficult for me to fall asleep. You know, even though I've interviewed before with the airline, for some reason I was still nervous, so I had a hard time falling asleep. And then the next day comes around in the morning, and the shuttle from the hotel pulled up. It was early in the morning, around 7, and then I see other people dressed really professionally, and I'm thinking like, guys, are you guys also interviewing for this airline? And they're like, yeah. I was like, dude, let's do this. So it was like about 4 of us in that shuttle. We're all excited, you know, we're about to we're pursuing our dreams together. So when we get there, we sign in. There's a receptionist, we sign in, and then a recruiter comes in, introduces herself, moves us to a room, and in that room there's about 32 of us. It was a lot smaller than the first airline that I interviewed for. They had like 53 candidates there, but at this other place we had like 32, 33. And the first thing they did is they, like the other airline, they talked about a little bit about the company, their values, and what they're looking for, and also in exchange what their benefits are. So we went through that presentation, and then from there the guy said, all right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna call you guys by names. And then, so when they call you by name, you go in front of the class, but they were calling us in groups of 5. So they called up 5 people. We went up to the front of the class, and there we are, standing awkwardly in front of the class, like, oh damn, what's about to go down? So then what ends up happening is you're in front of the class, and then they'll ask you, so please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from. And then you do that, and then the recruiter hits you with the random question. One of the questions was like, if you were to have lunch with any celebrity, any person in the world, whether they're dead or alive, who would it be? And then you know, you would answer that question in front of everyone, and it's like, it just kind of, that question is to see how you think as a person, and basically how you would communicate this to a group of people, right? Getting comfortable speaking in a room full of people. They also had questions like, who's your hero and why, right? Sorry about the dog barking on the Sorry about the dog barking outside, guys. Don't mind him. He's just doing his job. That's his job. He wants to tell people, hey, this is my territory. Okay, no trespassing. So that was part of that interview. When we were all done introducing ourselves and answering these random questions, we were all sat down, and then the other part of the interview started, which was they would take 2 to 3 of us at one time and put us in a different room, and it was a different waiting room, and then they would and then a recruiter would go into that waiting room and then pull a person out, and there was 3 recruiters in each office, and you would interview with one recruiter. So I was in the waiting room. I got called in, and I interviewed with one of the recruiters, and they asked me about 4 different questions. And you know what, to be honest with you, the interview was really fast. I was probably in there for like 5 minutes. So I'm thinking like, you know what? I didn't feel the connection. And what's interesting, guys, this is really, really, really important. Really important. Probably the most important part of this video is no matter how great you are or how qualified you may be, sometimes you're going to interview with an individual whose energy is off or who is probably not having the greatest day, and you won't seem to connect as good as you would with another individual. And it's crazy because it's not just based off how much you know or how prepared you are, but also a combination of that plus a little bit of luck. Because the lady that I interviewed with, she interviewed me in a style where she was just like a robot. You know, like there was no enthusiasm. The tone in her voice was like, clear eyes. Use clear eyes to clear your eyes. Like, just it's just in my mind, I'm excited, right? So her energy was off, my energy was different, and so then throughout the interview I try to kind of like lower my vibrational output to like a little quieter, a little bit more subtle, versus being like super excited and you know, very enthused about the interview process. So when she said, okay, well, that's it, thank you, blah blah, I came out and they put us in a different waiting room after we were done, and we're all talking, and some people were excited, some people were like also thinking like, man, this interview it seemed a little dry. It didn't seem so. With the other airline, all the staff, all the recruiters, they were all super hyped. They were fun, they were energetic. You could tell they really enjoyed their job. But with this other airline that I interviewed with, as soon as we got to their headquarters where the receptionist was at, it was the ambience, just the overall energy was not great. So that's okay. That's okay. You know, like I said, sometimes it's things just happen for a reason. So don't be discouraged if you interview with an airline and you feel like, you know, it didn't go well. That's okay. Continue trying, continue pursuing your dreams. Time is a key ingredient. Be patient. So after I was done interviewing with them, they said, thank you for interviewing with us. We will contact you in about a week or two with email to see if we were going to be moving forward. What's interesting is that I exchanged information with a few of those candidates. So when we're leaving, some of us met up at the airport because we had the same flight, and some of them were already getting emails that congratulations, they got invited to training, and I didn't get any emails. And I'm thinking like, oh, maybe they'll get to me, because I thought I did great. A few days passed by, didn't get no emails, and then one of the other girls told me like, hey, I just got the email, invited to training. Did you get yours? And I said, no, I didn't get mine. And I'm thinking, okay, that's like the third person who gets the invitation. So then a week and a half passed by, and then I got that one, unfortunately. So I didn't get a conditional job offer for this specific airline. And in a way, I'm fine with that, because if that's the type of atmosphere and energy this airline is going to bring, I don't want to commit to something. I don't want to commit to a company where I feel like I need to like lower my energy level or represent a brand, right? That's not going to be the type of company I want to work for. So make sure that the airline you work for, it fits you. It's something that you want to represent, you know? You guys, I'm sure you guys have some questions, so please hit me up in the comment below. I hope you guys get the job, and if you guys don't, you guys gained experience. Think about that. You gained experience, and there's plenty of other airlines. There's going to be a crap load of other opportunities. So you guys just stay positive and keep going, and I wish you guys the best. Have a beautiful year. Nice talking to you guys. Peace.